We here, y'all. We what? We here. We here. We here. We live. We live and in color. Give y'all a couple minutes to get y'all ass up in here. But welcome to the latest edition of Wake and Pack People on a Friday morning. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Another week down of this. You know what I'm saying? Another week down of us talking about the team franchise that we all know and love so well, the Packers. And we cover Packer news and anything Packers every day, but if you are not looking at what's around you, you kind of still don't know what's going on. So we're gonna go around the league, just talk about a couple of topics that has come to my mind, at least just this morning. So we're gonna get this little J started. Well, I've been on this J for a minute, and this is some straight fire. They done laced it with something, man. But yeah, we're gonna start off, y'all, with Caleb Williams, right? So at this point, it is a foregone conclusion. And then somehow, some way, you guys, even if it's not news about us, it will circle around to Packers news. All right, so obviously Caleb seems like a foregone conclusion that he will be a Bear, and that's who the Bears are going to pick with their first pick, right? Bears have a first pick. They're going to get Caleb Williams. Cool. Quiet as kept. I'm looking at the draft board. I'm like, well, damn, Minnesota has the third pick, via trade or something for somebody. But just to look at the NFC North, we found our guy, right? We got our quarterback for the next however many years. So you got Minnesota and Chicago, both at ground zero. And given their history, I think we got to feel like we're in a good place. Seriously, if you're Minnesota or Chicago, and you get who you want, they say Minnesota may get Drake May. Will they even, is their upside as much as a Josh Allen, right? Because again, I'm just comparing Josh Allen, poor Josh Allen. But at this point, people would have expected, that he would have been in the Super Bowl by now. Buffalo has been the consensus, like, oh, watch out for Buffalo for the past 2-3 years. But nothing's came from it. So even if these guys get somebody the caliber of a Josh Allen with the structure that they have in their organizations right now, I still don't see it working out. Bears or Minnesota, they're going to ruin both of these dudes' career. If Minnesota ruined a guy's career last year from starting them against us, what do you think they're going to do with a fresh Drake May? Like, I don't know if you want to do that. Same with Caleb. I know he's strong mentally and all that and got game, but I mean, you can't, it's only so much you can do, especially when it starts from the top. So that's just what I'm looking at a little early. I'm looking at Caleb going to the Bears, Minnesota having a third pick, just looking at the outlook of the NFC North. We have our guy and we know it's our guy, and we got him again. So this is like the 30th year in a row, whatever, that we're going to have a decent quarterback, probably even more than 30 years with Rodgers and Favre combined. So to see that these dudes are still at the bottom scraping, trying to find out who their franchise quarterback is going to be. And then again, I don't give a fuck. It ain't even about the player. Caleb is great, right? Drake May is good, got good skills, but it's about where you go, man. Eberflus, hey, sit all next to Matt all you want. Are you sitting next to him so when you get fired, you can get a spot with our team or what? Because again, it don't matter who they draft. It's about the organization too, of how the players progress. And you just go look at the NFC North history, and we've ran it for a while. There have not been another solid, solidified quarterback in the NFC North other than coming from the Packers. And I'm going to ignore Detroit on this one because I am going to give Jared Goff a little respect, right? He's been to the Super Bowl, been to NFC championships. You can win with Jared Goff. Can you win it all? That remains to be seen, but you can win with Jared Goff, so I'm going to leave him out of it. But you got Minnesota and Chicago still scraping, looking, what I'm saying, for their guys. Shout out to Brandy. Good morning. I would love to, he definitely does fit the mold of a corner that we can have. I would love to have him. And I did hear, He going through some things. I don't know if they can release him or do whatever. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Brandy. And then it kind of shocked me with the Vikings. I wasn't even paying attention to them because we all knew Caleb, the Bears. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Then I look, number 3, Minnesota. They're that low. I'm like, wow. And again, we look at their quarterback situation. Them two franchises still can't find it. And with all due respect to Jared Goff, he's just a segue quarterback. He's still young enough to, again, next year they'll be tough. Probably 2 years they'll be tough. But I don't know if, Jared Goff is even an answer, but he's like their bridge, their segue quarterback. So again, just be thankful to be a Packers fan that we lucked up again, according to Elliot Wolf. We lucked up. Shout out to Ernie Martinez, man. Good morning, bro. Hey, for sure. That shows we know what we doing. And, again, let's not ignore that we gotta pay J Love at some point. And these receivers, after a while, their contract's gonna be up, and we're gonna have to pay Romeo something decent. We're gonna have to pay, it depends on how they all show out this year. But yeah, we still got money that is to be used elsewhere, and Jordan Love's gonna take a big chunk of that. So as we move on, we'll talk about the complicated fella. Aaron Rodgers. You see he has a lot more stroke in New York than he did over here. Now, be it, obviously he ain't going to be over there for 15 years. So they probably have to do what he says while he's there just to give them the best option. But he asked for a little help. And what did they get? Left tackle Smith from, longtime Cowboy tackle, one of the consensus top 3-4 tackles in the game. So they get him that. They get him a wide receiver, Mike Williams from the Los Angeles Chargers. You know what I'm saying? So last year got him Dalvin Cook. Brought in Allen, brought in Randall Cobb. Like, what else y'all want to do for Aaron Rodgers, man? So again, it was unfortunate. Good morning to the homie, man. Freddie Roper, what's the word, bro? Good to see you, bro. But yeah, we'll see where the Jets go. And I still don't think, they're going to be, playoff contenders, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But, we'll see what the greatness of Rodgers does. He's just one of those guys who, he's there, he's cool, but we got so many other guys, Ernie, that, when are you going to talk about Malik Heath if there's a Christian Watson to talk about, Jaden Reed to talk about, Romeo Doubs to talk about, Bo Melton to talk about, Dontavian Wicks to talk about? He's just kind of like Sam Torre, falling out of the lineup. Guys is coming in being better than him. Hell yeah, man. I'm chilling too, bro. Just talking Packers. You already know how I go. Hell yeah, Ernie. How is we even going to have room to talk about him, Malik Heath? As good as he is, he came in and did his thing whenever we asked him to, but you have Bo Melton coming in off practice squad, 100-yard games. Dontavian Wicks, 100-yard games. You already know Romeo, 100-yard games. Jaden Reed, 100-yard games. Like, we got a good problem to have. So yeah, so Rodgers asked, and he gets help. Okay, so I still love Aaron. I hope the best and wish the best for him. So for him to have a little stroke and say, get this, get that, do this, do that, and they're actually doing it, power to you, Aaron Rodgers. And that circles around to Packers news. One more thing I seen today, and it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know how they're doing it right now. I seen a power rankings. And now they could have at least saved themselves and said way too early power rankings, anything, but they said current NFL power rankings. I'm like, what are you ranking? The rosters aren't even complete yet. There's guys who's going to be on teams that's on teams now. That's, like how you even rank them. But I get it. Something to talk about. There's not a game on Sunday, but I do have an issue. All right, they got Kansas City 1, San Francisco 2, Baltimore 3, Detroit 4, Buffalo 5, Philadelphia 6, Houston 7, and Green Bay 8th. Now, what I'm saying is, okay, we're 8th, so that pretty much means we will be in the Final Four or slated to be in the Final Four of the NFC. I'm not mad at that. But how do you put Buffalo in front of us? How do you put Philadelphia in front of us? How do you put Houston in front of us? That's what I got a problem with. I even seen other lists too, like, top quarterbacks under 25 or whatever the fuck. and they had CJ Stroud over J Love. I mean, I get it. Hey, CJ Stroud, good quarterback. You know, hey, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, especially for a rookie to come and do what he did over there. But he ain't no J Love, man. There's levels to this shit. So let's go down. Let's go down the whole deal. Kansas City, okay, you can rank them ahead of us clearly. Super Bowl champions. We ain't hating on that. San Francisco, you can rank them in front of us. They beat us. Hey, took them to the wire. We coulda, shoulda won, but they beat us. So we'll let them stay ahead of us. Baltimore, pretty much the consensus AFC favorite on that side. You know, they were the number one seed, I believe, and you know, they were supposed to do it all. So, you know, you'll keep them where they are, and they got a little better. They got Derrick Henry. Now, I know this is considering acquisitions and shit like that too, but Detroit ahead of us, you know, I'm kind of scratching my head. I will give it. You know, I'll give it to Detroit just because they won a division last year, but people got no damn well they ain't like we gonna have something to say about that. But again, you're gonna put Detroit ahead of us. They made it further than us. Just to be a fair and just to show that I'm not a homer, I'll let them put Detroit ahead of us just for the, you know, I guess postseason power rankings, whatever those mean to anyone. I mean, again, there's no game on Sunday. So now the teams that I feel disrespected. Buffalo, okay. We already seen they losing a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's only so many. I mean, the Diggs thing, I mean, he came and now they're talking about, you know, him being traded. Like, again, after doing a certain thing for 3, 4, 5 years and it don't work, you got to break it up and try again, you know, while Josh Allen is still young. So Diggs might be traded. You've seen their secondary got depleted and their window is closing. And it is closing fast. So for their window to be closing and ours to be opening, and the way we went out last year, you know, when we're going to build off how we did last year, I think we should be ahead of Buffalo. Yeah, Brandy, we're going to have to do both this upcoming year. Sorry to say. I mean, not sorry to say. I can't wait till we do it. But yeah, we're going to have to beat them twice, you know, twice. The first one's in San Francisco in the regular season, and hopefully the second one is at Lambeau. You know what I'm saying? Or it really don't matter where it's at. I'm fully confident we could go there and get a victory too. Philadelphia, I'll say they're similar to Buffalo, where their window is look like it's closing. They made the Super Bowl a couple years ago, lost to the Chiefs. Then it just seems like it ain't been right. The coach has been talked about if he's going to come back, get fired, or stuff like that. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. And then listen, I ain't even tripping off of like rankings like 1, 2, 3. I'm just tripping off of who y'all put in front of us, which we will continue on to Houston. We get it now. It's just like I would say us and Houston are kind of like a mirror image. Not really, but just the quarterback situation. New starting quarterback. No, it's not Love's rookie year, but it's his first year. And then they got CJ Stroud over there. New coach over there, DeMeco Ryans. You know what I'm saying? Energetic. You know, got some weapons. Nico Collins, Tank Dell. They, you know, they got a nice young team. CJ Stroud, but to put CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans in their first year over Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I just think head to head we'll beat Houston. So, oh yeah, definitely. But somehow, some way, the Niners still keep getting little grabs. Like they got Devondre, but they got like 2 other people. I'm like, okay. Oh, they got Leonard Floyd. I mean, again, Leonard Floyd is good at one thing, and that's all the Niners are going to bring him in and do. You know, he's rangy, long, but, you know, you just need him coming off that edge, man. They tried him elsewhere with a lot of other spots, but he's still good. He's good enough to get it done. Oh, whatever that is, that sounds good, TR. What they doing? They doing filet of sole. They doing what? Red snapper. They doing catfish. They doing orange roughy. Like what kind of fish? What kind of fish fry? You know, what kind of fish is going on over there? Shout out to my boy TR. And actually, to TR, I wanted to ask you a question about the bidet, right? We all know you own one. You know, I ain't quite made it there yet, but how does the water circulate? The water that shoots up, right, and cleans you, where's that coming from? Is it the same? Is it circulate with the water that's in the bowl? I need to know, TR. Hell yeah. Shout out to Tim Racks, my boy, man. He ain't new to this, man. He been here. Hey, we'll see. Okay, see, I gotta know. I gotta see a visual of a Wisconsin fish fry. I don't know if it's different from the little fish spots out here, but yeah, we do the little catfish. One spot got the catfish tacos. But yeah, man, I wouldn't put us behind Houston. I wouldn't put us behind Philadelphia. I wouldn't put us behind Buffalo. Okay. Out of respect, I'll let them put us behind Detroit. They won in North, whatever. They made it a little farther than us, whatever. That's what it is. Wow. I got to see that. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that. I got to see that. Hell yeah. Shout out to everybody. Okay. But it's not like it has nothing to do with the bowl, right? The water in the toilet bowl. That's what I thought. I'm like, but then again, now to defeat the purpose. But then again, is it filtered? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess I'll learn about that life in a couple years when I'm on that level. Possibly a year. You never know. I hit this scratcher right here. We all gonna be okay. But yeah, y'all. That's all I was looking at today, man. Caleb going to the Bears. It looks like it's really going to happen. I believe just like every other quarterback, you know what I'm saying? I believe just like every other quarterback the Bears have dealt with past 10 some years, 20 years, actually, 30 years. I don't even know. It just starts from the top. And I don't know if they have the foundation to bring a guy in there like that and do some damage. See, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, good question. I would still do it though. I would still do it. I would still do it. Hey, yeah, TR, let us know about those let us know about those brats, man. How you do yours. I would say yeah, you cook it well yeah, I don't know the after part. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, not to get too graphic, but yeah, I stay with baby wipes and there's no babies in my house. So yeah, I use those too. But be careful, y'all. They trick you. None of them are flushable. You know, even the ones that say they're flushable, they're not. Because if you read, you go look on the back, they say, oh, one wipe per flush. But like, who the fuck does that? You know what I'm saying? So those are still not flushable. It will fuck up your plumbing system. So make sure you got the trash can or wherever else. But yeah, those are they. Even the ones that say flushable, they are not. And if you are to do it, is one at a time. But then that still accumulates over years in the pipes, and it's just not a good deal. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with like apartment buildings and stuff, like management, and I've seen like a lot of the toilets just ruined. Not toilets, but the pipes just ruined by those. And sorry to say, like ladies' pads, like they'll just flush their shit right down the toilet. Like I done seen it. I done seen, because the people whenever they fixing something, they gotta show me like, oh well, this is the. So I'm like, all right, well, and he was pulling out nothing but stuff like that. Just sear on a charcoal grill. Okay. Does it matter the beer, TR? Can I just get the, Old English? Can I just get the, or does it what kind of beer? Uh um I don't know, bro. To me, and this is just to me again, I'm not doubting his knowledge or nothing. He did do it though for parts of last year. But I Well, it looks like he is the guy. So I was gonna say, like, if Campbell would have stayed, I would have felt comfortable. But I don't know how much they're gonna depend on McDuffie. But again, just know there is still time. Linebackers is gonna get cut out there, college linebackers. But again, ain't no college linebacker about to come in. I don't give a fuck if it's the 25th pick, just gonna come in with the green dot. So it looked like Quay might have it. I think Quay is better when he plays with his hair on fire and he could just go. He's just that athletic. Maybe later on he'll start getting the brains to, the coverages and whatever else he needs to know. But I think, but then who they gonna bring in? He's kind of forced to be the guy now. They didn't get a linebacker, vet linebacker in free agency yet, or again, I don't think any rookie's going to come in and just take it. So they might have faith in Quay. You know what I'm saying? And I think he could do it. He's done it before, right? But again, I just think he's the type of guy you just need to let him loose. Just give him like one assignment. When you put too much on him, he thinks too much. He to get some to over pursuing, missing his assignments as far as because he's so versatile. We use him guarding a lot of tight ends, but it looks bad sometimes when he misses his assignment. So I do think he needs a little more guidance. I think he needs a vet in there. But again, at this point, McDuffie, I mean, can we call him a vet? I mean, I don't know. So we'll see. But it looks like Quay gonna be wearing it, man. I know. Hey, guess what I'm eating for lunch? Oh, well, that's a bet. That's a bet. And when he does that, and he gonna get the 900 yards before the season's over. Obviously, it ain't gonna take him long to get that. And then 13 games, obviously, that might take him a while. So yeah, when he does the same thing and you do that, I'm a chug a beer. So that's a bet there. I'm a chug a beer when Christian Watson does it because he is getting better. Hey, he went to TR's alma mater, University of Wisconsin. Watch out, Trojans are coming, TR. Hey, we ain't playing around now. We gonna use our sword, our to cutting off for him. But no, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be weird seeing them in a different division, man. Okay. You guys, I'm thinking more and more too that offensive lineman might be one of the first two picks. I don't know if they're gonna go safety early. We'll see, man. But yeah, I mean, I would take it too. And we're gonna have to draft I'd say 3 offensive linemen this year. 1 tackle and like a guard combination tackle and a guard combination center. Hey, but the good thing is we got Goot, y'all, and we got Goot on a hot streak. Goot has been cooking. He has some kind of vision every year, and then at the end of it, it comes out. Not just the guys that we pick and expect something from, like Quay. Okay, say what you want about Quay, but he's always amongst the team lead and league leaders of tackles, right? And then again, ultimate game changer. We didn't see him rush the quarterback and get a strip sack fumble. We done seen him get an interception and take it to the house. We done seen him drop an interception, but everybody do that. But I think Quay's upside is still cool. So yeah, we definitely gonna do that, bro. And I ain't afraid to chug a beer. And I miss beer right now. I ain't drinking a few, damn near a week, you guys, which is fine. Like, I don't need it, but I can't wait to have me a little sip. Probably gonna be tonight. Hey, I don't know, bro. You know how it goes sometimes. And I put it up early today. So I don't know what's going on. They could. They could, but then again, they have a good way of gauging. I guess they just really want to see, if he's a Green Bay guy. I guess they just want to get as much as information as they can. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Again, I always remember Matt LaFleur talking about Christian Watson. They was asking about like the draft process of him and like when he know about him. He was like, oh, I remember him from the Senior Bowl. Like he just was, So again, you never know where they're gonna meet these kids at or how. But I guess they're just trying to gather as much as information and ask them what they need to ask them. It may seem like it's nothing to the athlete, but it might mean everything to pass the Green Bay's cognitive test. I'm sure they got their own set of questions to ask a motherfucker before they bring them in there. Definitely. And what about a vet tackle? Is that out of the question? Vet tackle or a vet guard? Somebody may get cut. Um, from another team, or I don't know. It's still, again, we covered the main big holes, but there's still a couple other holes to cover it. And I think also you got to think that somebody's going to come from within too, and help us out in some form or some way. Um, that's difficult. Again, TR, that shit makes my head hurt. That's why, hey, God bless Taylor Bell, man. He does the mock drafts, and Brandy said she did one and her head was hurting. So, I'm sure that they have like 3 versions of it or 4 versions of it. TR, I think they do it in that depth. Because again, you never know. It's kind of like, one pick, and then not everybody's gonna do what you think. So one pick might fuck up everybody. Like, one pick could fuck up 3 picks. You feel me? Like, it can really go down. It depends on how solid are the first few picks. But if it goes haywire at the time where but again, I still got faith in Goot. Goot's so good at finding second and third and fourth rounders. I mean, listen, and Goot we trust, but I think they got it set, TR, but I also think that they're ready to freestyle. Yeah, we've been working on that, so y'all stay tuned for that. We've been working on it. Time's just really an issue. We gotta get everybody together, but that would be great, TR. And yeah, we definitely working on that. Hell yeah, for sure. Zane, he is good, and he's the number 8 Aaron Rodgers because he's from the Jets, but still cool. He's good. Way better than Stroud. Yeah, got it done for me. I won a couple games yesterday. Uh, you know, got tired at the end, but it was cool. But yeah, no, hey, no complaints here. And I got him for free, bro. So I didn't expect I was gonna get him like that. So that is cool, and I don't have to use money on him now. I ain't got to be such in a rush to get Jordan Love. I could get McKinney first. I could get, we'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens. You guys tune in to Higher Point of View Gaming. Oh yeah, Becky, that was my girl, and Hot Hands too. He caught it at the right time. He was using that stickum that Jerry Rice was using back in the day. Not for real. The next one, you could go any given Sunday if you haven't did that, Brandy. Any given Sunday. So if you haven't watched that one, watch that one. And I could go like to Goofy. Like, I like Waterboy too, but and I like The Longest Yard. But yeah, I would say any given Sunday. That was a good one. And to know that LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx fought on set, it just made the intensity of it look way better. So yeah, actually, Xavier gives us to the luxury of waiting to get a safety. And then again, we got a couple of guys, Anthony Johnson Jr. or Rudy Ford. Don't know what's happening with him. Oh yeah, Rudy was hurt. But don't know if we're gonna be able to access them or whatever. But Xavier does help that. And then shout out to Xavier McKinney too. Hey, Malcolm X tatted on his neck. Now he's really, hey, he ain't no joke just to do that. So that took some. And if your name is Xavier, obviously in the hood, everybody just gonna call you X anyway. So I don't know if he's influenced by Malcolm X, but I like Malcolm X too. Oh, you doing it tonight for sure? Hey, I might get you one, but I want no part of regs, bro. I want no part of regs. I'm trying to build my team, and tomorrow's a big day too because I'm getting another free player, 97 overall. So Okay, and that's another thing, y'all. We sleeping. Do we need another big boy down there? I would say a defensive end. It's been a while since we had, a DN like that, but then Preston is pretty much gonna like kind of move into that position. But again, Preston is, is that the dude who ran the ridiculous 40? Hell no, I haven't, TR, but you know what? I'm gonna look into it. How long of a read is it? I mean, is it something, is it a War and Peace? So yeah, do we need another big nasty? But again, we gotta think that from within we're gonna get better. You gotta think Wyatt's gonna get better. You gotta think Carl Brooks is gonna get better. You gotta think Kobe Wooden is gonna get better. Those dudes, hey, let's not discredit them. As bad as Joe Barry's scheme was, those dudes was putting in work for a good portion of the year. We was getting rushes, we was getting pressure without coming up with exotic blitz, with Brooks. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. I'm interested in that. And you kind of know that that's been passed down to Good. Although Good, again, we can still evolve too. I know Good has been, ushered in, and they gave him the way to do it. But look what he did here. I mean, I don't know, man. He's coming along with the times, and he's still doing what the Packers say. But I think Good is a wild card. That's why we don't know what the hell he's gonna do in this draft. What if he got a wide receiver? What if he got a wide receiver with the 25th pick? That would be crazy. Or even a tight end. That would be crazy. But nah, I see offensive lineman for real, y'all. I'm really thinking now. We and that's a good thing to do. So I think we're going O line first, and safety might have to be the second pick. But then, what about linebacker? I don't know, y'all. You know, again, Good is more my time. I mean, Wolf was my time too, but at that age, I wasn't into that kind of stuff. But I'm sure Wolf did his thing. But again, for me, the time I grew up to be a Packer fan, the thing to me, I heard that we weren't aggressive, and then that kind of turned into, oh well, people don't want to come to Green Bay, and then it came to but now just from what I see from Good, it looks like he's doing more than Wolf did to me. But again, I don't know that deep about Wolf to I'm more of a Good guy because that he's been in my lifetime of actually like really following and covering him than just being a fan and watching on TV. Who's Johnny Wilson? Hey, shout out to Go Mike in the building, man. Hell yeah, go Pack go. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, as far as that, yeah. Yeah, and that was a hell of a coaching staff. And what I'm telling people too is right now we can probably have that too. Andy Reid, Gruden. Listen, we got some guys on our coaching staff. Campanile at this point has to, want him a shot at some point. Halfley, you got to think after about 2 or 3 years, just like they did Hackett, somebody's going to get him, and he's going to be a coach somewhere. So we might have that boiling right now. So we need to take advantage of all that knowledge in there right now. Yeah, and look, I like Rudy Ford too. Oh, you already know he is. Oh, he gonna kill it. I cannot wait for every single pick. I can't wait for every single pick. I cannot wait. Hey, I'm thinking old tackle right now though. Old tackle. I think they're going with a tackle first. I think they're gonna go with a tackle first. I would love a safety though, but then sometimes those big safeties don't pan out, bro. You can find, again, it depends. This draft gonna be crazy. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, is he a goofy though? Like goofy 6'7", like I'm too big and don't know, or is he like a 6'7"? Like I gotta watch this guy. I mean, the measurables are crazy. Like you said, that ain't Megatron. That's whoever can beat Megatron and Transformers. I'm not familiar with that series, but we'll call him that. 6'7", 238 at wide receiver. I mean, that's a tight end there. I don't know. That's crazy. We shall see. Yeah, there was points and times where we just did not have a good secondary. I mean, like at all, and Aaron would have to play hero ball against like teams like Arizona, and. So we could always say that. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, two possibly, but nah. You gotta get. I'm thinking tackle, offensive lineman first, and then next you gotta get. They could go any. It depends. They could do anything though. They could get another edge, or they could get a defensive end. I don't know, man. We're in a position where we can actually be flexible. There's not. That's a good thing. There's not like this one thing we all know. Like, oh, we need. It was safety, but we just got McKinney. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. For sure, for sure. And I meant like goofy, like we like just some people just be big for big and uncoordinated. So I just wanted to know that. But yeah, no, that's one of the highest scores, right? But then again, y'all know how I feel about them scores, man. Hey, McKinney didn't have a good one, and we're gonna see what he can do on the field with us. Especially it depends on how how you're being used with what you can do well too. Where though, edge or on the line or linebacker? Yeah, I'm starting to think, yeah, no safety in the first round. That ain't happening. Uh, you know, I still think we could get a vet in there too, in the lineman. So we'll see. I mean, he ain't afraid to do it. He ain't afraid to do it. I think we're in that position right now, TR. Like, there's no like gaping hole, you know what I'm saying, that we have. Like, we have some stuff we need to patch up, but hey, he ain't. First of all, he ain't even gonna make it that long. But yeah, yeah, bro. It's corner, offensive tackle, and linebacker. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have to get a linebacker, right? And with a decent premium pick. But then again, for Goot, a fourth round is a premium pick, bro. So I don't know. I'm really curious to see. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing I was going to mention about around the league today. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the draft, y'all. So I'm about to start getting into it. I'm tired of hearing about these names. I don't want to, get any crushes on their gameplay and not end up getting them. But as long as we get somebody, you know, once we get them, we'll look and see how he fits into it. So, well, for sure, for sure. Him and whoever we get in Keyshawn might be sharing snaps there. If we draft a nickel, well, we could get a nickel in like the fourth and fifth round for sure. You don't need no all world shutdown corner in the nickel. We could find that. Yeah, I really just want to know the adjustment period. The period is how long it's going to take for us to be firing on all cylinders on the defense. And sometimes, you guys, that takes to like week 8, 9. You know, I know these guys are going to work hard at it, and all it takes is for them to all have a belief in it and just be professionals and learn what they need to learn. But that's why Packers draft certain players, you know, because they can learn in any kind of situation, right? You can change a defense just like we did. And Goot said it's not going to be a mass change because we draft well. We don't only draft, again, he might have had this draft in mind knowing Joe Barry wasn't going to be here. Again, we don't know. Yes, next month. And next month is pretty soon. March is flying by. Hell yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely, Brandy. I see that happening. It didn't take Nathaniel Hackett too long, did it? Even though, man, what a horrible man. So Nathaniel Hackett should be forgiven, right? Because people look at what happened with Denver, so like that wasn't even his fault. Man, we had the top offense for 2 years when he was with us, man. Well, yeah, he got to do that, and I bet you he's doing it to exhaustion too. Yeah, bro. But do you see San Francisco? They can't keep a DC. They keep getting hired elsewhere. Salah, everybody from over there gets jobs. Wow. And then again, I already think the Bears are gonna fumble this somehow, some way. They ain't gonna be able to hang. But hey man, y'all have a good weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. We will be back on Monday. You know, if something crazy happens, we'll do an emergency live stream. But no, ain't nothing crazy happening. Yeah, and again, like that's a big like you could get so many game changing players. The Bears could have gotten so many other game changing players other than wasting it on the quarterback if they know they couldn't groom them right. What they should have did was just draft everything else good and like until we could figure out what we want to do offensively, seriously, legitly have a vision of with the players that we have on this team, that all these picks that we use. But again, I want them to continue to fail. Shit, he runs them off into some head coaching jobs, so that's what they want. They wouldn't be head coaches if they wasn't on his staff, so he could run them off. Okay, we'll see about that. Again, I mean, California got decent. You know, I was gonna say this ain't like we in Brock County, but I know about some spots who got some pretty good brats. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to eat somehow, some way. And a little sauerkraut. I don't like a lot. I just like the visual a little bit. I can't do too much sauerkraut. Okay, you know everything else I'm cool with. But hey, thank y'all for coming through, man. Shout out to TR. Shout out to Goat Mike. Shout out to Brandy Lewis. Of course. Shout out to Zane. Shout out to Ernie Martinez. Shout out to Go Mike. Shout out to 10 Racks, of course. And everybody that came through today. Ernie Martinez, if I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. And Angry Casual Fan, my boy. Yeah, so that bet gonna be good, man. Christian Watson he gonna shock us all, bro. He's gonna shock us all. So if y'all don't do anything, my nigga Freddie Roper coming through. Thank you, bro. Good to see you. If y'all don't do anything today, go eat you a brat, y'all. And if you really go and get you a brat, we'll talk about it on Monday. Or you know what? I ain't gonna put the pressure for today. Get you a brat somehow, some way by the end of this weekend so we can talk about it on Monday. And I'll let you know how mine went. But just knowing me, I'm gonna end up wanting something else a little later and going to get something else. But I'm gonna try. But I'm out of here, y'all.